What's up, everyone? Howler here, coach of your Delta Gligars. Today I'm bringing you the Week 1 match of UPBA Season 3 against CherryManCake and his Philadelphia Melmetals. You can see his team over on the right side of the screen. I believe that is... Geez, how many Pokemon does he have? He's got 12 Pokemon, just like us. We have never faced CherryManCake before, so this I'm sure will be a fun game. And if you're looking at the team and notice a glaring hole, that being no Dracovish Week 1, then you are very observant. Hats off to you. Dracovish, I just don't think it helps me accomplish any sort of game plan here, personally. I don't like the matchup against Rillaboom. I don't have switch-ins to Rillaboom, period. Yes, I have a Salazzle here that is a 4x resist, but Salazzle is not a switch into anything. I also have a Galvantula that can resist the Rillaboom's priority attacks and fire back with Bug Buzz. But the problem is both of these things are weak to rocks. My hazard removal is Excadrill and nothing like Excadrill's good hazard removal, don't get me wrong, but when it's forced to be that role so that I can not lose to Rillaboom, we have a problem on our hands. Thankfully, though, the only two rockers on his team are Stakataka and Palpitoad, not the most prolific stealth rockers in the world, but I could definitely make a case for either one of them to show up. I would be shocked if neither showed up. I think, Palpitoad being a water immunity can shut down Dracovish pretty easily. Just come in, get the rocks up, and come out, and I don't have a great way of getting rid of them. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get into the sets that we're bringing. Choice Specs Salazzle is cool because it outspeeds everything on his team minus the Noivern, which I'm really not sure if he's going to want to bring Noivern, but I think we can deal with it if he does. And he just doesn't have great switch-ins to it. The Palpitoad is probably one of the better switch-ins. It can probably, if Palpitoad shows up, then that can definitely come in on Salazzle and force it out, get rocks up, stuff like that. Blacephalon resists Salazzle's dual stabs, but Salazzle outspeeds, and if I really need something that's faster than Blacephalon, I can hit it with a foul play, and that's the best thing that I can do to it. Salazzle's special move pool is actually not very good, unfortunately. We outspeed his Raikou as well because we're running max speed Timid. So we want to get this thing in and deal as much damage as we can, and this is something that we never really have to be afraid of Rillaboom picking us off from priority unless we take 3 hits from rocks or something like that. Next on the team, Max Spadef Scrafty. I need something that's some sort of a switch in to Blacephalon. So we're going to be resisting the Shadow Balls. We don't resist the fire attacks, though. Our fire resist on this team is Salazzle. So yeah, if the Blacephalon gets a Beast Boost, if it ever gets a kill, oh my goodness, I'm not gonna be having a good time. But yeah, so pretty standard rest talk. I need to try to keep this Scrafty alive as long as the Blacephalon is still alive. This could also be like a backup check to Stakataka, because we can get an Intimidate drop on it, potentially get some 4x effective damage off with the Drain Punch and try to 1v1 it that way, even though it's going to have Sky High Spadef. And it could have Body Press and just probably outright knock us out if it does have the Body Press. Jeez, I don't like my options on this team. Okay, surprise win con. Here we go. So, Galvantula Life Orb with Sucker Punch and 20 attack EVs has a very solid chance to KO a Blacephalon after it takes 1 round of rocks. So it's very important that the Excadrill both gets rocks up on Cherry's side and removes rocks should his Stakataka or Palpitoad want to set them, so that my fast mons that you see 1, 3, 5 in the team builder don't get constantly chipped by the rocks. I could have run Energy Ball. He should expect me to have Energy Ball on a Life Orb set. Like, he should expect Energy Ball over Sucker Punch for sure. So he probably doesn't want to be pivoting the Palpitoad in, but hopefully the Palpitoad is eliminated. And the Galvantula doesn't have to worry about by the time it comes in, because this is the thing I want to clean the game up with. Hopefully his Silvally doesn't run a ton of speed, because I wanted to give myself as much bulk as possible, because I'm chipping myself down with Life Orb. I don't want to be putting myself in range for a Rillaboom's priority attack, because we only 2 times resist as opposed to Salazzle 4 times resisting. So yeah, we put Volt Switch on there just in case we could get this in against a fat mon like Melodic. We can get some Volt Switch pressure that way. Yeah. So Excadrill here. I would love to not have to bring Spadef Excadrill, but in this matchup I just feel it's necessary because we need rocks and we need to keep them off the field. Like, that is the key to us having any chance of surviving the onslaught that is Rillaboom plus Blacephalon. So then we're Mold Breaker, so a good thing we'll be ignoring a Melodic's Marvel Scale boost if that's the set that he wants to bring. We'll be ignoring a Levitate Wheezing, so we can hit that thing with a high horsepower, and we don't care about the grassy terrain that he may want to set. I just put enough speed on here to try to creep a Silvally, because I think Silvally Steel is very likely if he's going to bring that at all, because it's a very good check to Alolan Ninetales, in that it resists Ninetales attacks. It can defog Aurora Veil away immediately. And the Occaberry I threw on here because if he thinks he can bring Blacephalon in and KO my Excadrill, then he's going to be in for a surprise, because we are very Spadef. We're going to be able to take hits from that. We're not going to be O-code by hits from it, and we don't need any attack investment to KO him in return with a high horsepower. So Ninetales max speed again. I didn't need to go max speed, but I needed at least like 244 or something to make sure that I outspeed Blacephalon if it's not Scarfed. So we have Dark Pulse to hit that thing super effectively, and then Freeze Dry is the only other attacking move. We've got Aurora Veil on there just for general team support, because it's not a super fat team this week. Yeah, I mean, Aurora Veil is always nice. And Hypnosis, just in case that the Silvally is in fact the set that I just mentioned, the Steel type with defog to get rid of a Veil. If we can put the Silvally to sleep on a switch in, that would be fantastic, because that kills his Parting Shot momentum, and it also makes it a lot harder for him to play around Aurora Veil if he can't defog it away as easily. If I see Palpitoad, I feel like this is going to have to be my lead, because I don't have a grass type attack on this team, so Freeze Dry is my only way of hitting the Palpitoad super effectively, and I don't want him to be able to get rocks up for free on the first turn of the game. That would, I feel like, put me on the back foot right away, and I don't want that. Last but not least is an eject button Reuniclus, just because I don't know, this is kind of just like filler at this point. Like, it's Fizz Def, it can take hits, it's Regenerator too, because, you know, we're taking damage as we switch in, and I'm switching out immediately because, you know, if he gets Rillaboom in against something like the Scrafty or the Excadrill, or in a position to do lots of damage, then I want to be able to get my fast Mons in that can force the Rillaboom out without them having to take a big hit or anything like that. So preferably that's what I burn the eject button on. I might have to burn it on a Silvally if Silvally Steel gets positioned well against a Alolan Ninetales or something like that. And this is also like a last-ditch effort against Trick Room Stakataka. We are max defense, slow as we can be, so Gyro Ball isn't hitting us as hard, and hopefully we can connect Focus Blast on that thing to knock it out. Toxic is just there because Toxic is a good move to have on any Pokemon team, and I didn't have it on this team already, so I just threw it on there alongside Recover. So that's going to be the team, and we'll see you right back for the match. Alrighty, we're back for the battle against Cherry. I like that name for short for him. I hope he's. I don't see a reason why he wouldn't like being called Cherry for short. Dracovish is busted is the competition title. I just noticed this. Wait until I cannot wait to see his reaction when Dracovish doesn't show up. That's kind of the other part of this that I was hoping he would. I was hoping he would over prep for the Dracovish and I could catch him off guard with some other stuff. And, you know, judging by the competition title, that could very well happen here. What would I expect from his side? A Rillaboom, a Blacephalon, a Raikou, a Melodic, a one of Stakataka, Palpitoad, and probably Silvally. That's probably what I'll go with. Off the top of my head. Maybe throw a Pangoro in there. I can see Pangoro coming. Would scare the shit out of my Reuniclus. Oh, he brought the Noivern. So, yep, he brought all of the Dracovish checks. Noivern is a little sketchy. I wasn't planning on seeing that. But no Raikou takes a lot of pressure off Excadrill having to switch in on that. So Excadrill probably is the switch into the Noivern. And because I see the Palpitoad, I am definitely going to be leading with Alolan Ninetales. I don't want him to be able to lead that for free and just throw the rocks up. So that is what I'm going to do. Lead the Pokemon in my last slot. Make him think that the Galvantula's Sticky Web in the first slot, you know? So yeah, I guess other than the Noivern, not too surprising of a team. Good luck and have fun to Mr. Cherry. He's streaming the game in the UPBA server. Lots of people watching. I could probably learn how to do that someday. I just I haven't learned how to do it yet, and I'd rather be a little more organized when I learn when I do that stuff. So good luck and have fun to Cherry. We're in the bland ass Wi-Fi stadium. Jenga Taka. Oh, he leads with Stakataka, huh? That's not what I was hoping. Is this gonna be a stealth rocker? I don't see why this would be a rocker if you brought Palpitoad. But I definitely want to switch. Probably, I probably want to go straight into Reuniclus. Yeah. So the eject button will most likely get burned unless he sets up Trick Room. And see, here's the thing. If he goes for Trick Room and then attacks me on the following turn, Body Press, alright. So it's a good thing I didn't go Scrafty there. So the eject button will get burned early on. I can bring in... So if he's Sash, the Sash is going to be broken. I can bring in Salazzle and click Overheat. I think that's probably the best play I can make. Just try to wipe this thing off the field. Yes, he has a couple of good, decent switch-ins to this. He might stay in thinking that I couldn't KO him, but I'm just going to do as much damage as I can with Overheat on this turn. Yeah, so he thought Scrafty was going to be the switch there, which makes a lot of sense. But I need to keep Scrafty healthy for his Blacephalon. Ideally, he leaves this in. If not, worst case is Melodic or Palpitoad comes in and I can make the according switch. I'm not exactly sure what that would be yet. Maybe Ninetales. Actually, Silvally didn't come, so it's important to note because he doesn't have removal on his team unless it's Defog Noivern, and that doesn't want to be in against. Okay, so he's gonna leave this in. We're gonna connect Overheat, and this is dead. Perfect. That's a great start. We managed to play around an iffy lead very nicely. We've taken just a tiny bit of damage from the hail on Salazzle. That's fine as long as we keep it where it's at now. We should be able to take the Rillaboom hits perfectly fine. Could be a Blacephalon coming in. Nope, Melodic. Okay. I probably would have made the more offensive play there. So the freeze dye switch in is now Blacephalon. You could flip turn here. I don't. You go ahead and flip turn. Big deal. I don't think this thing gets any steel moves. This thing packing a steel move for. I mean, Iron Tail maybe. If you've got Iron Tail on this, then good for you. All I know is that I had to switch out there. So Blacephalon might want to come in now. And the nice thing about Hail being up here is any chip on the Blacephalon is great. So actually, we won't find out if he is what his melodic set is, like whether it's Flame Orb, Marble Scale. We don't quite know that yet. Yep, there is the Blacephalon. He takes Hail first, so that means... Actually, no, that doesn't mean anything, because I don't take Hail. Yeah, so we're just going to go right out into Scrafty, I believe. Yeah, Scrafty's a lot more expendable because Stakataka went down. It's not like I need to worry about conserving that thing for potential Stakataka endgame of his. Flamethrower against my team without a fire resist, basically. Okay, that hurts for sure. And I'm gonna be just above half. If he's so yeah. Knockoff is just really nice here. I don't know if I want to rest or knock off. Against my better judgment, I'm gonna click rest. I need to make sure that I at least get rocks up. Oh wow, he switched in this. So this is a free Ninetales for me. Hail goes away here. I get to go back into Ninetales, set the Hail again, make sure that if his Blacephalon comes in again, he's going to continue to take even more chip to put it in range for the Galvantula. Well, I'm not sure how great Galvantula is going to be since Noivern will outspeed it. Yeah, there's Stealth Rocks. I'm definitely clicking Freeze Dry here. I don't give a... should I click Dark Pulse? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna click Dark Pulse. Because I don't think Freeze Dry would knock this out in one hit. And I'm not too scared of what this thing can do to me. Yeah, he stays in. So... Maybe he thinks I'm like choiced and will stay in. He could have Protect. Stealth Rock, Toxic, Protect. I mean, I could choose to set up an Aurora Veil here, actually. That would probably be a smarter play if he's going to Protect here. Yeah, I probably should have gone for Veil last turn instead of the Dark Pulse. That was me trying to make too good of a play that I didn't need to make. Because if Blacephalon comes in, I've got Aurora Veil up. I go into Scrafty. I can easily deal with Blacephalon from there. That was definitely not a very good play. It doesn't Protect, but we've got 8 turns of Veil now. Endeavor! Ooh! Interesting. I think Freeze Dry would not... If you survive and Endeavor me, then good for you. But I've shown you the Dark Pulse now. You don't want to switch in the Blacephalon. You don't want to throw it away just yet. And you do stay in this time. And you drop to Freeze Dry. Very nice. So there goes the Rocker. As long as we get in, we just need to get in the Excadrill safely to be able to Rapid Spin and get rocks up. And we probably do that on the Noivern, because we resist Noivern's attacks. If he has Flamethrower, we can burn our Occaberry on that to be able to get up both, both spin rocks away and get our own rocks up. What's love? Is this the Rillaboom? Yes. Okay, so I have Aurora Veil up. I don't see a huge reason to keep Ninetales around. If I can get a hit off on this, I would love to do that. It'd be nice to have this to come in on Melodic, but I do have... Okay, so you definitely have to be banded. I would think you have to be banded, by judging from that. So I think I can afford to bring Salazzle in and click Sludge Wave here. Oh yeah, very easily. And I can probably click it again on Melodic if it looks like a 2-hit KO. Yeah, I don't want to... It's not the time to bring in Galvantula yet. We'll see how much this does. Ooh, big damage. Not quite a 2-hit KO because he's going to get Grassy Terrain. And we'll find out if he's the Flame Orb. Yeah. I don't want to switch out here. He could recover. He could try to recover stall, but that just gives me more health back over time with Grassy Terrain. And eventually, Flame Orb is going to wear him down to the point where he can't recover stall. Like, the recover stalling is not a winning battle for him here. I should be keeping track of my Veil turns. I'll make a mental note of that next turn. I'll make sure that I check it. Oh! Are you going Blacephalon? No, into the Noivern. Alright, cool. I'm very, very, very fine with this. I need damage on this because this is the one thing that I don't outspeed with my fast Pokemon. And my win conditions are my fast Pokemon. So I still have 3 turns of Veil left. I see no reason to switch this out. If I can get rid of this thing, I'm very, very happy. Okay, we have Aurora Veil up. Even if you're Specs, you have to be Specs to knock me out. No, you're definitely not Specs. All right. So still 2 turns left. Blacephalon would have to come in and click Shadow Ball to knock me out at this point, and if so, I think I just go into Strafty to eat the Shadow Ball. Unfortunately, this thing is going to be recovering HP now. Recovering the Hail Chip that I had on it before. So I have 2 turns of Aurora Veil here. There's the Shadow Ball. He only has this and the Melodic plus Rillaboom. So right here I have to click Sleep Talk. Grassy Terrain plus Leftovers Recovery here is really nice. And the terrain goes away, that's good. So that, you know, because that chip, that little bit of chip on Blacephalon could be really key. He's gonna switch out, so we'll get a free Sleep Talk. Goes into Melodic. So he's gonna get a free Recover here, I would think. So I think I'm actually gonna go into Excadrill on this. Yeah, whether we got knockoff or like Drain Punch there didn't really matter. So he should go Excadrill. I need to spin. I need to spin. And should I don't know. I feel like I'm ahead enough in the game right now to the point where I could have easily like burned my last sleep turn there. Yeah, I don't like that play. I wish I had stayed in and give him the recover. He actually flipped turns out. He doesn't even, so that's not going to do much. So his Melodic's going to stay low. Yeah, now I definitely wish that I had stayed in. I still need to spin. Do I need to spin though? I don't actually need to spin. Getting my own rocks off is more important. Getting my own rocks off is more important. So if you're, yeah, because you could be fat, you could be banded one hammer, you could be faster than me banded one hammer. So I need to switch out. Probably just go into, probably just go into Reuniclus and let Reuniclus die. Or I could go Scrafty, get the Intimidate on you, bring Excadrill back in. No. I screwed up by... I feel like I screwed up by bringing this Excadrill in prematurely. Grassy Glide, we are max defense. Doesn't matter, because this is a banded Rillaboom. And he's going to be able to knock out... I need the Intimidate drop on this. At this point right now, I'm stalling out his grassy terrain turns, so he should have 2 left. That hurts, but we still do not die to a Blacephalon hit from this point. I can go back into Reuniclus now. And because I've got Regenerator HP back, I'll definitely live. This is for sure banded, so he can still... Yeah, so once terrain goes away, he'll lose the priority, and he'll lose the damage boost as well. So this should be his last turn of terrain, I believe. Let me just confirm that. Yeah. So I will just click... Psychic, in case he wants to switch into Melodic, so maybe we can pick that thing off. But he is just gonna probably take the kill. Yeah, he does kill. So, his Grassy Glides are no longer priority. And they're no longer boosted. So this is my time. This is my time to go into Excadrill. Rapid Spin first. Stealth Rock second. So then I'm faster on the next turn than I set my own rocks up. He's gonna switch into the Melodic. Okay. Okay, so he's gonna try to... So he's foddering this off. I need to connect high horsepower to knock this out. He's foddering this off. He thinks he can still outspeed with Scarf Blacephalon, which he can. What he doesn't know is I'm Spadef Akaberry, and I will live the hit from Blacephalon. He could also just try to bring the Rillaboom back in which case I think I just stay in and try to get the rocks up. But I think he's probably going to go Blacephalon because I have no switch into Flamethrower. And he's thinking about it. Okay, no, in comes the Blacephalon. So if we connect high horsepower here, we're in a good spot. If we don't connect high horsepower here, I think we lose the game outright. Oh, mind blown. Okay, I think we still live that. I think we still live that. And he would be... Ah! Oh, baby! Excadrill! 7 HP survival! Woohoo! That is awesome. And even if it didn't, even if we died there, he would most likely be locked into, the, he'd most likely be locked into Mind Blown, which means that he would KO himself the next turn unless he switched out. So, and also the fact that he takes a ton of recoil from it means that it's definitely in range for my Galvantula Sucker Punch no matter what. Yeah, so that could have been really iffy territory because I didn't burn the switching out of Scrafty play was not a good play. I think it's safer to, like, I know Galvantula doesn't die to Grassy Glide. We spun rocks away, so worst case, we get Intimidate on him and we win 1-0 if Galvantula dies. Or I can just go into Salazzle. Salazzle 4 times resists. I don't know. I've invested more on Galvantula, and it's at full HP, so we'll just go with that. I don't think it really matters at this point. We just click Life Orb Bug Buzz. Hope that he doesn't like crit or read that up. And Life Orb Bug Buzz is going to seal this game, and the Gligars are going to win 3-0. Good game to CherryManCake and the Philadelphia Melmetals. This motley crew is off to a good start this UPBA season. Yeah, so Aquaberry Excadrill, I'm glad I teched that on there. Mind blown, holy shit, that thing did so much damage to Max Spadef Excadrill. I don't think, yeah, like I said, I don't think it was key that we, survived that. All we needed to do was to spin rocks away to make sure that Galvantula could clean up, because, you know, once, after it lost all that HP, Sucker Punch picks it off, and he definitely would not have been expecting that. He wouldn't have been expecting me to have so much defense investment on Galvantula. Yeah, the Palpitoad going down early, very nice. Able to play around that Stakataka in the early game was also really nice. Salazzle, gotta give credit to Owen for that suggestion in the front office. He wanted Salazzle, and it paid off big time right here. We maybe could have given it an extra kill had we could have brought in really whatever we wanted to there to pick off the Rillaboom, but I'm sure Owen would have liked the kill to go to Salazzle, but you know what's fine. It still put in the work. So GG's to Cherry. Next week, gosh, who do we play next week? I know I looked at it, but I honestly don't. We play Sally Mumble and the Austin Toros next week, I believe. Yes, that sounds right to me. So if you're looking forward to that game, be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel to keep up with all of our Draft League content, and we'll see you next week for week 2.